Welcome back to another sim of the 2020 Toronto Blue Jays season with Out of the Park Baseball 21. I'm JayBlue at Jays From Away on Twitter, www.bluejaysfromaway.com, and thanks to GM Games for hosting us here on YouTube. So we wanted to start this sim by showing you that we did get a message from Matt Shoemaker. Shoemaker is, he wants an extension. He's happy here in Toronto. That's great to see. It's great to see the players when they're happy in Toronto. Unfortunately, I'm not ready to offer him an extension. He's got a negative 0.9 WAR this season, and really has not been very good for the Blue Jays. He's had a stint on in the bullpen, and yeah, he's making $4.2 million. So I'm definitely not ready to commit any more money or time to him. Player of the week last week was Francisco Lindor in the American League. Thank you for ignoring all of those wonderful Blue Jays. So here we are. We're going to get started. We're right where we left off. We're just going to head back to our main screen. It is a Trent Thornton start day, so who knows what's going to happen. Folks, it is all up in the air. Here we go. Ready? Trent Thornton. Is it the good Trent Thornton? Is it the bad Trent Thornton? And it looks like it was the good Trent Thornton, ladies and gentlemen. The good Trent Thornton got us a win. He goes to 9-8 on the season. 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. Great job. And the bullpen really held up nicely with Dolis, Font, and Romano finishing it off. Player of the game, J.D. Martinez. 3 for 5. That's his best game as a Blue Jay. He hit a double here as well. Home runs from Billy McKinney and Bo Bichette, his 20th home run of the season. That gives him, I think, 2 seasons. No, he just had 11 last year. That's his first 20 home run season, and he's got 22 stolen bases, so he's a 2020 guy. Congratulations to Bo Bichette. Vladdy was 1 for 4. Randall Grichuk 2 for 5. Travis Shaw here 2 for 5. 2 for 4. 2 for 5. One of those numbers. 4, 5, 4, 5. All right, here we got Nate Pearson on the mound. He hasn't been great in his last couple of starts. So he's going up against Blake Snell. Probably he and Tyler Glasnow are really holding it down for the rotation. So here we go. We're going to sim with our good friend, Nate Pearson. Let's go, Nate. And it's a loss. Looks like a well-pitched game. He was the player of the game with Pearson. Terrific performance. 7 innings, 2 hit ball, but we still lost 2-1. Pearson was not the GOAT. He gave up 1 run, but 8 strikeouts in 7 innings. It was Wade Davis with 2 strong innings, but Kenny took the loss. Santiago Espinal with his first Major League home run. 2 for 4 for him, and Bo Bichette was 2 for 5. Stolen base for Espinal. And now we face Tyler Glasnow with Chase Anderson on the mound for the Blue Jays. And it's another loss, a 7-6 loss in 9th inning. Again, the bullpen really is letting us down these last couple of games. Let's take a look at what happened here with Chase Anderson. 2 2/3, 5 runs, so a poor outing there. Ryan Barucki with 3 innings. Not a bad job here in relief in a longer appearance. But it was Wilmer Font who gave up a solo home run to lose the game. And it was a walk-off home run by Brosseau. Michael Brosseau on pinch hit appearance. And Vladdy Guerrero 1 for 3 with 2 runs. Teoscar Hernandez 2 for 4 with 3 RBI with a double there. Danny Jansen 2 for 4 with a double. Home run for Derek Fisher. This is 21st of the year. All right, we've got not a day off, another game. This is I think our 4th game of the series against the Rays. We've got Matt Shoemaker. Okay, Matt Shoemaker, show us why you want an extension. Okay, Lourdes Gurriel is now eligible to come off the injured list. And so we had a 9-2 win in that Matt Shoemaker start. But Matt Shoemaker was injured throwing the ball. I guess that's different than pitching. He was, not great. 4 1/3, 2 hits, but one of them was a home run, 4 walks, 2 runs against him. But the Blue Jays powered through. The bullpen did a fantastic job. Tanner Roark getting in there for an extended outing, and then Anthony Bass. But the offense really pulled its weight, scoring 9 runs. Bo Bichette, 3 hits, and including a home run, his 21st of the year. Teoscar Hernandez with his 6th home run of the year, and Derek Fisher with his 22nd. And interestingly, Vladdy Guerrero didn't start the game, but he comes in later and hits a home run, going 2 for 2 with 2 RBI and 2 runs. So Vladdy had a big game, even coming in for Santiago Espinal. Now, we did find out also that that Lourdes Gurriel can come off the injured list. So what we're going to do here is we have 26 players, and we still have, a couple of weeks before the rosters expand. So we're going to send Teoscar down to the minors. Thanks for playing, Teoscar. Down you go. And Lourdes Gurriel is going to take over there, and we're just going to set up our lineups now with Lourdes Gurriel Jr. here. And Billy McKinney becomes a backup for, everywhere. And we definitely don't want him playing every second game there. Left-handed pitcher with the DH. Lourdes slots in there. Billy McKinney and Billy McKinney, and that's fine there. Lourdes being a right-handed hitter, so we want him to play almost all the time here against lefties. And we've got Santiago Espinal playing every day, mostly against lefties at second base. And Matt Shoemaker is injured, so we're going to give him a day or two to see what the diagnosis is before we bring it back in. All right, so here we go. We're going to continue our sim. We're going to finish the day. And of course, we open against the Chicago Cubs. And we lost 4-0 against Yu Darvish. On the mound for us was Anthony Kay, who had another great start. Look at that. Even though he's a mild hamstring, he went out and gutted it out for us. That was great. Wade Davis got hit a little bit, and that will be unfortunate. Derek Fisher and Lourdes Gurriel and Santiago Espinal had the only hits for our club. Espinal with a walk as well. Now, we are in Toronto, so I'm not really worried about the non-DH, even though these are interleague games. So we're going to finish Saturday. And we won against the Cubs, 6-1. The Cubs are actually doing much worse than we are. 6-1 win against the Cubs. Vladdy Guerrero, 4 for 4. Look at that big game from Vladdy. Biggio with a solid game here. Lourdes Gurriel, solid game. Billy McKinney with another great game. His bat is red hot. And Caleb Joseph got on base with a walk. On the mound, Trent Thornton, another solid start. 5 1/3, 1 run, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Rafael Dolis and Ryan Borucki finishing it off. Borucki, nice to see a very strong finish for him. So now we have 1 game left in our sim, and that's against the Cubs. And it's another win, 5-4. Nate Pearson on the mound. He gets the win. Or at least, he does get the win. Here's 12 strikeouts. He's becoming just a strikeout machine. 12 strikeouts, 3 runs in 5 innings. Not great, but these 12 strikeouts are just phenomenal. Bass gives up a run. Wade Davis and Ken Giles finishes it off. Pearson's the player of the game. Offensively, Guerrero with another 2 hits. He's just been on fire. Danny Jansen, a couple hits, gets him back up to the 200 mark. Lourdes Gurriel here with a hit and a home run for Derek Fisher. So Fisher has been a solid contributor. 320 now with his on-base percentage, so that's pretty solid. I'm not disappointed at all with what Derek Fisher has been able to provide for the Blue Jays. Okay, so it's Monday. Now we're going to check on the minor league teams, see how they did. The Buffalo Bisons, who have been terrible, pick up a couple wins. They got 3 wins this sim. Big game here, Patrick Kivlehan with a home run, Forrest Wall with a double, and a couple runs here for Anthony Alford. On the mound, Thomas Pannone, not great. And let us move along to the second game, a 6-2 loss. Reese McGuire here, 2 hits. Nash Knight with a couple of hits. On the mound, Sean Reed-Foley, 10 strikeouts, 7 innings, so he's definitely raring to get back to the major leagues, and I'm sure he's going to be one of our call-ups once the rosters expand. Although, if they're going by the current major league rules, that's only going to expand by 2 players. I think they're only expanding to 28 players from 26. Forrest Wall here with a big game, 2 home runs for him. That gives him 10 on the season for for Buffalo, and he has been in Buffalo all year. Philippe Aumont, solid start here. Connor Fisk, Kirby Snead, Curtis Taylor, Ty Tice. And then another loss to the Charlotte Knights. They are the AAA affiliate of the Chicago White Sox. Reese McGuire, another couple hits. Nash Knight with a home run. Roman Fields. And Shun Yamaguchi, another good start from him in AAA. And we have a 3-1 win here against Columbus. They are the AAA affiliate of the Cleveland Indians. Patrick Kivlahan. There's another home run from Kivlahan. 2 hits for Burns, 2 hits for Knight. Wagaspak with a solid start, but he did walk 4. And Zach Jackson with his 3rd save. Columbus, 8-4 win. 2 hits for Teoscar Hernandez. Both were home runs. Very nice game for him. And Thomas Pannone got shelled a little bit, giving up a couple home runs. And finally, an 11-4 loss to Columbus. Mitch Walding there with a 2-for-4 game. Patrick Kivlahan, his 29th home run. And Ruben Tejada with a home run, going 2-for-4. Sean Reed-Foley, 7 strikeouts, but 4 runs in 5 innings. Jake Petrichka gave up a whole bunch of runs. And TJ Zoik with 3 runs in relief. And let's check out the Fisher Cats. Okay, 2 wins here. And we're just going to check out Brock Lundquist here. He's back off the IL, I think, and really strong game for him. 15th double of the year, 3-for-4. And on the mound, Graham Spraker, he did okay. Sean Weimer, Julian Fernandez with a couple good innings. And Jency Diaz got the save. That was a 12-inning game. 5-4 loss to Richmond. They're San Francisco's AA affiliate. Josh Palacios, another 2-hit game for him. 2 hits for Logan Warmoth. And Joey Murray with the loss. 5 runs in 6 2/3 innings. A 5-4 win. This was scored in the 9th inning on a Ryan Noda single. 2-for-5 for Kevin Smith, 2-for-5 for Palacios, 2-for-5 for Kirk with a home run. That's 3 RBI for him. Ryan Noda, that game-winning run. And Demi Ormaloy, 4-for-4, brings his average to 203. And Josh Winkowski with not a great start, but enough to keep the guys in the game. 5 walks in 5 innings. Not what we want to see long-term for Winkowski. 6-3 loss to Bowie, who are the Orioles AA affiliate. 2 hits for Kirk, including a double. Elvis Luciano, a poor start here, but he did strike out 6 in 3 2/3. 6-0 loss to Bowie, just a 1-hitter here. Demi Ormaloy with the hit. Patrick Murphy, solid outing, 6 innings, 3 runs over that span. And Jake Fishman got hit quite a bit. And the last game, a 5-4 loss to Bowie. Ryan Noda, big game here, 3-for-5 with a home run, 3 RBI. Kevin Smith, couple hits. Demi Ormaloy, couple hits. Ormaloy is really waking up here as the season comes to near its end. The Dunedin Blue Jays, 3 wins, 4 losses. Here playing Fort Myers. And we've got 2 hits from Reggie Pruitt, 1 hit from Jake Brodt. Maverick Buffo, really rough start. And Sean Rakowski, Alex Nolan, all these guys pitching. Even Johnny Ayo, they got the position players in on it. That's great to see. I love it. Seeing position players. It was such a demolishing 29-1 on the hands of the Fort Myers Mighty Muscles that we got 2 position players, not just 1. They both gave up 5 runs each, but only 1 run between the 2 was earned. Even though it was 1 error, it must have been an error with 2 outs. But yeah, Maverick Buffo was not good to start that one. A little bit better, 5-4 loss here in the next game. A couple hits for Nick Podkul, 1 hit for everybody else. Kyle Johnson, a good start here for Johnston. Reese and Hyatt kind of blew up here at the end of the game. 4-2 loss to Fort Myers. Gabriel Moreno, 3 hits. Otto Lopez and Samad Taylor with a couple hits each. Juan DePaula, not a great start. Troy Watson, Alex Nolan in relief. And then our first win of the week. facing the Charlotte Stone Crabs. I think they're the Tampa Bay affiliate here. Otto Lopez, a couple hits. Casey Clemens, a couple RBI. Simeon Wood Richardson here, a very strong start for him. Braden Bushey, Marcus Reyes, Cree Finfrock, and Josh Hyatt finishing it off. 9-8 loss now to the Charlotte Stone Crabs. Chris Beck, big game, 3 for 5. He had a double there. We had doubles from Hagen Danner. We had Norberto Obeso. Reggie Pruitt with a couple of hits here. Chavez Young with a double and 2 RBI. Otto Lopez with 2 hits. So big offensive game all around for the Dunedin Blue Jays. Alex Manoah, 5 1/3, 3 runs allowed. And Alex Nolan giving up 4 runs here. And here in a 6-5 win, we had 2 hits from Pruitt, 2 hits from Young, 2 hits from Taylor, and 2 hits from Obeso. And Maverick Buffo, again, getting hit fairly, not hard this time, but 3 runs in 4 innings is not what we want to see. And our final game, 9-8. See a lot of runs given up here. Chris Beck, another 3-hit game. Nick Podkul, 3 hits. Jake Brote, 3 hits. Gabby Moreno with a home run, 1 for 4. Jesus Lopez, 2 for 4 with an RBI. And Kyle Johnston, not a great start this time, though. And, yeah, that's it for the Dunedin Blue Jays. We're going to head down to Lansing. Lansing won just 2 games here. Lake County, that's Cleveland Indians A-ball affiliate. Philip Clark continues his red-hot streak here with a double, 3 for 5. Nick Fraze got hit hard. Fitz Stadler got hit hard. Everybody got hit hard except for Quinones. 4-1 Lake County winning. Eric Rivera, a couple hits. Patrick Morris with a hit. Maybe his first A-ball hit. Brody Rodning on the mound to start. Luke Gillingham with 3 2/3 solid innings of relief. 8-6 loss here. Tanner Morris, 2 for 4 with a home run and a double. 2 RBI for Patrick Morris. Eric Rivera, solid game. On the mound, Brandon Izard gets hit hard. 10 hits and 3 2/3. Austin Havacost, really nice outing here for him. Felipe Castaneda gets hit hard. 4-3 win against West Michigan. They're Detroit's affiliate. And over here, we've got 2 hits from Miguel Geraldo, including a home run, his 3rd in A-ball. Adam Kloffenstein, not a bad outing, but 80 pitches, 4 1/3, and he was not injured, but PK Morris was. And he's got a strained hamstring. That's going to cost him the season. 7-5 loss now. Talley with 2 hits. Philip Clark with another 2 hits. Eric Rivera with a couple RBI, including off his home run. Jared DeCesare, he's another injured casualty. He's gone for 6 months with a torn labrum. Wow, they're just falling in droves here. Here's a 9-7 win for the Lugnuts. Hunter Steinmetz with a home run, going 2 for 3 with 4 RBI and 2 walks. That's a big game there. Tanner Morris with a couple hits as well. Philip Clark with a double and 2 RBI, adding a walk. Jordan Groshans also hit a double. 2 walks for Groshans. Fraze, Stadler, Havacost. Havacost had a nice outing there. And the final game, a 4-1 loss to the West Michigan Whitecaps. Philip Clark, another 2 hits. Yorman Rodriguez with a double and 2 hits for him. And Brody Rodning logging some innings for the Lugnuts. And we go to Vancouver. Vancouver won just 1 game here, a 2-0 loss. 2 hits for Justin Ammons. Scotty Bradley was 1 for 4. Davis Schneider, and that's all the offense. Ethan Smith, though, with a solid outing there in, I think, his first appearance in the Northwest League. 16-4 loss now, and that pitching staff was hammered. Saldana, Winder Garcia, Blake Sanderson, Kyle Huckabee all got hit hard. Offensively, 2 hits for Ramos, 2 hits for Justin Ammons, 2 hits for Jefferson Barreto, 2 hits for Davis Schneider, and 3 hits for Ryan Sloniger. Okay, a 4-3 loss here against Everett. And Dom Abadesa getting into some action, 2 for 4. Leonardo Jimenez, 2 for 4. Nick Gonzalez, 2 for 4. Abadesa, 2 doubles, and I think he had a double in the previous game as well. Sam Roberts, his first start. That was a nice outing. 6 innings, 2 runs, 3 strikeouts. And Andrew McInvale takes the loss, blowing the save. 2-0 win against Everett. Gonzalez, another 2 hits. Jimenez, 2 hits. And Santos Moreno on the mound, 10 strikeouts in his debut for the Vancouver Canadians. Another 16-6 loss. They just got hammered, but in the 6, 2 hits for Nick Gonzalez, including a double and a triple. Davis Schneider hit a triple. Rafael Lantigua hit a home run, going 2 for 4. Spencer Horwitz with 2 for 4. Gabriel Ponce, Joel Concepcion, Winder Garcia, Blake Sanderson, all of those guys. You get some runs. And then a 13-7 loss offensively. Nice game here. Ramos, Ammons, Gonzalez, Barreto, Schneider, Jimenez with multi-hit games. Schneider with a double, another triple for Gonzalez. Ethan Smith gets hit hard in his second outing, just going 2/3 of an inning. And Joel Concepcion was injured. He's gone for the year. And the final game, hopefully nobody's injured to add insult to injury, or injury to injury. Antonio Saldana, not a great start. Andrew McInvale hit fairly hard. Naswell Paulino, probably for some reason. I guess he gets the... he doesn't get the loss, but he walked the guy probably to score the run to finish the game. Home run for Francisco Ruiz, our catcher. 4-for-4 game for Justin Ammons. When we were saying he was having a poor season in Vancouver in the last sim, he's turned things around clearly. All right, we're heading down to Bluefield now. And Bluefield had a solid week. 5 wins. First win, Jose Rivas, big game. 3 for 4 with a double, 2 doubles. Angel Camacho here with a solid game as well. And Josiah Miller with a double. Trevor Koenig with a solid game. 8 strikeouts. Cut down those home runs, and that's a beautiful game for Trevor Koenig. 10-7 win versus Johnson City. They're the Cardinals' Rookie League affiliate. And we have Nick Neal here with a solid game, hitting his 4th home run. Glenn Santiago with his 2nd home run. 2 for 5 game. 3 for 5 for Jan Perez. Nick Neal here we've seen. And Desan Brown, 2 for 3 with 2 walks, on base 4 times. Didn't steal any bases, which is somewhat surprising. And he was hit up by a pitch, so that's 5 times on base for Desan Brown. And Josiah Miller was 1 for 3 with an RBI. Kendall Williams, not a bad game, 8 strikeouts. But again, we want to see him get a little deeper. We do have him on a pitch count. That's why he's coming out of the game in 4 2/3 innings. And Johnson City, a 14-3 loss. Zachary Murray, Nathaniel Perez, everybody gets some runs here. Jose Rivas, strong game. And we move on to a 4-3 win. Desan Brown, 3 hits. He's really coming on late in the season. Jose Ferrer, 2 hits. Javier Dorazio, 2 hits, including a double. Stuart Burrow hit a triple. Ian Bedell, really solid game here. 6 innings, 1 run, 7 strikeouts. Beautiful game here. And Max Rychich with the win, coming in for the final out. 11-3 loss to Greenville. And you can see here Andres Guerra with the big game. He had a triple and a double, so 2 hits for Guerra. Alejandro Melean gets hit for 7 runs. Juan Acosta gets hit for 4. Not a great game here. And a 6-5 win. 3 hits for Bobby Seymour, including 2 home runs. That gives him 7 on the year. Jose Ferrer, Jan Perez, and Jose Cepeda with 2 hits each. And Trevor Koenig, he followed up his really good start with a not-so-good start, giving up a home run. Anders Tolhurst with a really nice outing to follow him. And the final game for the Bluefield Blue Jays, an 11-0 win. Nice shutout by the pitchers. We had Kendall Williams. Look at that. Great job by Kendall Williams, Alexis Carmona, and Nathaniel Perez. Offensively, Desan Brown, another 2 hits and a walk, a double among them. Home runs for Bobby Seymour and Jose Rivas. And 2 hits for Stuart Burrow. So a nice game, and that's going to finish up the week for the Bluefield Blue Jays. And now we're going to take a look at the Gulf Coast League Blue Jays, see how they did. And here they are opening up with a win. Now, this team has been pretty awful this season, but here they are opening up with a win against the Tigers West. We've got here Wyatt Langford. He's a draft pick. Let's see. He was a 31st round pick. Langford, 3 for 4 here. He hit a home run, his first pro home run. Robbie Ashford, 2 for 4 with a double. Brandon Fields, 2 for 3, and with 3 RBIs and a double. 2 hits for Tommy Troy, but he got injured here. It looks like he's got the diagnosis pending. Jean-Christophe Masson, 2 for 3 with 2 walks, 3 runs. So a really nice game here for Masson. He's been very hot, and we've talked about him before as a Blue Jays draftee from last year coming out of Quebec. Ben Hernandez here with another rough start. His ERA's ballooned now. After a solid start to his pro career, his ERA's ballooned up to 8.20. And so we have Gary David also getting injured in this one. Against the Phillies, very little offense here. Michael Arias was 2 for 3. And then Carson Hamrow, another draftee from this year. He's a 8th round pick. 6 runs here in 3 2/3 inning. Jack Sorrell, LeBron, Jose Quintana, and Yonaivi Polonia also finished off the game. A 12-2 loss against the Yankees West, going to Tampa for that was a home game, so they came from Tampa, not very far distance there in the Gulf Coast League. Jag Burden had 2 hits. That was 2 of the 4 hits. Gary David had another couple hits for the Jays. On the mound, we had Camden Minacci, 6 runs allowed in 3 2/3. That seems to be a trend here. And then Edgar Castro got rocked here, 6 runs in just a third of an inning. We also had Ronald Govea and Yosver Zulueta. Now, Zulueta is an interesting guy. He's a Cuban guy that the Blue Jays signed, I think, for about $1 million last season, kind of on the down low. But I think they did make a trade for some extra signing bonus, international signing bonus pool money there. So in this one, they lost 4-1 to the Philadelphia Phillies West, and all 5 runs in the game were scored in the 8th inning. The Jays had a couple hits from Wyatt Langford, 2 for 4 for him with a double, so he's coming on as the season comes to its close. Liam Norris here. Excellent start for Liam Norris, turning things around a little bit. 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. He still has more walks than strikeouts, so that's a little bit rough for the 19-year-old. He probably just turned 19, August 13th. Yeah, so he just turned 19 in this sim. And the final game for the GCL Blue Jays, we have here with Steven Revis, another draftee, 25th round from this year. He was 3 for 5, and Wyatt Langford, another home run. He's red hot, 3 for 5 for him. Juan Pizarro, 3 for 4. And Jean-Christophe Masson was 1 for 5 with a double. And Drew Dowd, another 3 innings, 6 runs. This has been the trend for the starters, about 3 innings, 6 runs allowed. Mark Civet, a Spanish lefty. He comes from Spain. His father was a minor league pitcher as well. I think his father played in the Montreal Expos system. 1 2/3 innings for Mark Civet. And we had no injuries. So that was the week for the GCL Blue Jays. We've got, I think, 2 more weeks. And if we go to September, we'll see there's no games. So 2 more weeks here for the GCL Blue Jays. You see them playing the Yankees, the Phillies, the Tigers all the time. That's because those are the closest geographic minor league facilities to Dunedin, where the Blue Jays are located. Lakeland in sort of more central Florida, about an hour and a half drive away. Tampa is where the Yankees play, so Lakeland is Detroit's facility. Beautiful facility, actually. I went up there last spring training in 2019 to catch a game while the Blue Jays were doing construction on their minor league facility, and media couldn't get in there. And then the Phillies are in Clearwater, just 10 minutes down the road, 15 maybe, in neighboring Clearwater, which is right next to Dunedin. And the Yankees are in Tampa, so just across the bay, about half an hour drive or so. And so now we're going to take a look at the DSL. They're probably finishing their season up. Yeah, so they've got 1 more game in their season. We're not going to take a look at everything, but we'll just, in the next sim, what we'll do is we'll have a wrap up for the season for the DSL Blue Jays. So we'll take care of that in the next sim. Just note here, they had 4 wins and 3 losses. So they're finishing up on a high note, even though their record is pretty poor. So that's going to be it for this episode of the Toronto Blue Jays 2020 sim. Just to sum things up, we are tied for the second wildcard spot with the New York Yankees, as you can see here. Houston Astros have that first wildcard spot, but in the East Division, we're tied for second place. I think the Yankees might have a slight edge. They seem to be a little bit higher up, so they may have some of the tiebreakers. We'll just take a look at some of our news. We had a minor league discovery, so these happen kind of all the time, and we can see from the brief overview that this guy's probably not going to amount to very much, but our scouting staff does periodically turn up minor league players, so and just young guys, and this happens kind of all the time. You've got guys popping up all over the place, and sometimes they turn out to be excellent players. Sometimes they turn out to be guys who spend a year in the organization, and then we'll release them when they don't really develop into anything that is going to advance in the minor league system. So. And that's it for this sim. Thank you very much for joining us, and thanks to GM Games for hosting us on their YouTube site. I'm JayBlue at Jays From Away on our Twitter handle, and come back soon.